Did you know that you generally have to start switching up your skin routine in between seasons? Something really important for all of us to know and to consider when we're looking to switch up our home care routine. When do we do it, and what kind of products should we be looking for? I'm here to tell you all about that today so that you can be set up for success. So let's just first begin with seasons themselves. So we know we have 4 of them, right? We have the winter, we have the spring, we have the summer, and we have the fall. And we are, I think, all aware that in each of those seasons we have temperature fluctuations, right? Winter we might have cooler weather, and in the summer it might be a little bit hotter, could be dry or humid. We can have a little bit of both. And then we know in the spring things are growing and things are more pollens might be in the air. And in the fall the temperatures go usually from a warm to a cool, so there's a drop, and then we're also seeing some changes in our environmental space there as well. Maybe we're seeing a little bit of that cooler coming in, might even get some snow, and the weather can start to get drier. A lot of things to consider. But I'm here to share with you that usually there's 2 major crossroad points in the seasons that we tend to want to adjust or add different types of products to our routine to manage how that is going. So first we have, winter. So winter's pretty basic. We tend to have products that we like to keep pretty steady. They're usually easier going. We'll have more products to keep deep moisturization in it and to protect ourselves from the elements. Things like central heating is a big one, so our skin can get quite dry. And then we might be in outdoor activities. So if you are where it snows, you might be doing outdoor activities like skiing or cross-country skiing, snowshoeing. I'm sure there's a whole bunch if you're outdoors. But then we also have, I know there's parts of the world that have a very, very warm winters as well. So we can consider that almost like summer skincare when you find hotter parts of the world that are winter and hot. Summer, usually lightweight, easygoing, breezy products. We tend not to wear as much. We want to have more of a lightweight feel, and usually the number one thing most of us are considering in the summer months due to the more intensity of the sun is sunscreens. You know how I feel about SPF. We use them every day, but I know we tend to lean on them a little more when we're in the summer months. Where we're going to talk about the crossroads is in between those seasons. So especially when we're talking about winter to spring, and then when we're talking from summer to fall. So let's begin with that winter to spring moment. You heard me earlier say that winter can tend to bring that cooler weather, can be a little bit drier in temperature, but we also know there are some places that are cool and humid, and we can have different effects to the skin. So let's just keep it simple. Cooler and probably a little drier. Easier to manage. But when we're switching in, when the weather starts to get warmer and we're seeing more of those pollens and different things floating through the air, we're now being exposed to more particulate matter, things that are floating around and that can stick onto the skin and then cause a bit of redness due to the dryness in the skin that can occur from here. So these are all situations that we need to manage. So that is one pivot. Summer, again, as I mentioned, is pretty simple. And then we're going to go through another crossroads or another shift in the skin when we go from a warmer temperature of weather down into something a little bit cooler. And here we can also see a skin play a little, back and forth. Am I dry? Am I hydrated? Am I oily? Am I combo? It might be that flip. So I would love to share with you some of the easiest ways that you can manage that so you can transition into all of your seasons with grace and ease. And my recommendations, you always want to reach for products that are going to be easy to incorporate without having to build an entire new home care routine. And these suggestions are using things like masks and serums, or in the case of Eminence, we have our serums and concentrate category that have a little bit more impact, usually a little bit lighter weight and easy to incorporate in your existing routine. So you don't have to stop using something completely and switch into something new. You can incorporate, you can do a little mixology if you like, that'll just gradually take you into the next season and then continue that care. So beginning with things like when I was talking about winter to spring, when we tend to see some of those allergens more in the air, our skin might want to go through a recovery process, especially if it's coming in from the winter months. So I always like to look for products that are going to get my skin just in that balanced place and also to help with some maybe removing any impurities that we see. So I do have a couple products here I wanted to share. is that we have our Beyond Organic products, and they have inside of them using natural, basically biodynamic and organic ingredients as a whole. And we have this beautiful corn flour recovery serum. This is definitely in my personal top 10 that I like to use for actually both transitionals of seasons. The reason why, it's super lightweight, very gentle and fragrant and low in color. So I know it's not going to be something that's going to impact, my senses if I am more sensitive during allergy season, which I am. And I also am looking to calm the skin and create some relief to the tissue as it's moving back and forth. So this is easily incorporated. And if you're using a gel-based serum, like something like our marine flower peptide serum, or if you're using the strawberry serum, which I actually have here to show to you today, you would apply your gel lightweight serums first, and then you could apply this over the top, or you just use this on its own before you put your moisturizer on. So this is a really great piece just to have on standby and to use in those transitions, regardless of your skin type or skin condition. This helps everybody, so this is a great place to begin. Another one that I know does incredibly well going into warmer months. Sometimes the skin can tend to be a little bit oilier or can get a little bit drier. We have another item here I wanted to bring from Beyond Organic is our Echinacea Recovery Cream. And I love it because it pretty much tells you right on the label what it's gonna help you with. This is a leave-on moisturizing step. So you would use this as your moisturizer, and it is like a lotion. Very, very lightweight. And my personal little story here is that my partner in crime at home is his favorite daytime moisturizer, being a man, because of razor burn and more sensitized skin. So if any gentlemen out there are looking for a really good moisturizer to use, especially when the seasons are changing and you want something too heavy, you want something really lightweight, this is my little secret to share with you today. When we're looking at, oh, you know what, I'm gonna give you another one here. I'm gonna give you also the Mangosteen Daily Concentrate. Why? You know those large pores we don't like to see? They tend to have a little more of a peekaboo when the weather starts to get warmer, as we tend to bring a little bit more oil to the skin. So this is a great little piece also to add. And remember, our serums and concentrates are sitting within the same type of category in your routine. So you would apply it before you apply your moisturizer or your daily SPF. It also is lightweight enough though, if you don't feel like going that extra step with another moisturizer, this will just do the trick for you, no problem. So these would be some of my favorite picks for all of you when you are going in through those cooler to warmer months. Now, but what if we're flipping it now? We're going into that warmer, into the cooler season. We need to look at how that oil is regulating in your skin. So great way to look at it is, what time you wake up in the morning, how soon is your skin becoming oily, will give you a good indication, and we're assuming that the oiliness in your skin will go on the decline, which also might show the minimizing of your pores. But now we're gonna look at, hey, we need to maybe look at what we did all summer. Maybe we spent a lot of time outside. We want to maybe reach for products to help get us in more of that repair process to get us ready for the next season of fall and winter, not too far after that, so we can continue that beautiful layering of your products. So I brought a couple here that I think are really important. One is really giving your skin good hydration. As you know, one of the most important things you can do for your skin is keep it well hydrated, and that really results in a beautiful, healthy skin. So I've brought today our Strawberry Rhubarb Hyaluronic Serum. This one is a beautiful piece to add actually all summer. If you want to bring it from summer right into that transition, good one to have, but really particularly helpful when you're going from that warmer climate time in the summer into the cooler months of the fall. So this is something that you can apply, and then you would put this on prior to your moisturizer or your SPF product. So good for AM and PM, very easy to use, and plus it smells, and I just want to show you, look how fun the color is too. Look how that, this is like so happy, makes you happy. It's my favorite smell too, it's gorgeous. So we have this guy, and then I wanted to also bring to you another concentrate, and this is more of a nighttime care treatment. Remember I was talking about repairing, thinking about everything that your skin's gone through in the summer months, maybe more activity. We want to get that replenishment back. We have the beautiful Lavender Age Corrective Night Concentrate. Lavender, already is very relaxing and soothing, gets you ready for sleep. But lavender is a beautiful, beautiful thing to add into any routine that you have. And it's a concentrate that's a little bit richer. So this is going to be a little bit more moisturizing for your skin as you're going through that transition to really create a balance and adapting to that cooler temperature when the skin can become a little bit more dry. So again, 1 or 2 pumps, apply it to the skin just like you would a serum, and then you can follow with your favorite moisturizer for nighttime. And that leads me perfectly to tell you what a really fantastic treatment that you could do any time of the year if you like, but in particular here is our Lotus Detox overnight treatment. And this has beautiful like little spheres in here that'll give you little bursts and pops of moisturization into the skin, but it's so lightweight. This acts like a veil. It's like super silky, lays on the skin, and you can use it in any of the transition times through the year, but in particular, I love using it in that summer to fall for when you want to do a little bit more of that deeper, maybe it is kind of detoxing the skin per se, and also really to get that deeper change as you move into the cooler months. So I hope today was a little bit of fun just to give you some ideas that you don't have to change your entire home care routine as the seasons change. You can just look to adapt that routine with really specific pieces that are going to take your skin nicely and calmly through the next season. So I really hope these are some really cool things for you to learn and share. And I also just want to tell you we did some great videos on the different types of climates also around skin. So you may want to check that out on our YouTube channel to learn a little bit more about how different seasons and just temperature changes can affect our skin as well. So I hope that helps. And I'm Natalie with another In the Mix. And of course, as always, if you want to see more of these, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I will see you next time.